Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight Reiner here, bringing you my review for Attack on Titan Shingeki no Kyojin second season, episode 9, and boy, what an episode this was. First off, I want to talk about Eren. Like, seeing Eren's reaction to having no arms was actually kind of hilarious. Like, I'm surprised I was able to keep my composure throughout the entirety of this episode, because the entirety of this episode, Eren was armless. So, like, I'm surprised I managed to keep my composure as well as I did, because I did laugh at it, but it was like, how did I not laugh throughout the entirety of this episode? But yeah, it was really fun. That whole scene with just that whole picture of Eren having no arms was kind of secretly funny, honestly. Um, Also, another thing that was done interesting in this episode is we get to kind of see Ymir and Eren showing off a bit of their analytical skills in this one, with Eren and Ymir just kind of assessing their situations and wondering of the best opportunity in order to escape out of Reiner and Bertolt's clutches, pretty much after having been brought to the whole situation. Because, right, although honestly, I don't know how they would manage to get out of there, even without a piece of even without a even without their maneuver gear, because in this one we see that Reiner and Bertolt have stolen it away from Eren and Ymir. So I don't know how they're going to get out there without any kind of gear to do it, but it would. I guess they'd have to. I guess in that situation, they just have to wait until like scouts arrived. Um, although I'm not gonna lie though that even though Ymir I think stole the show in terms of her analytical skills, because even though Eren was being analytical for a certain point, which was good in showing how far he's come, there was a certain point eventually where Eren did lose control of his emotions again, and whenever Eren loses his emotions, I kind of have this whole reaction of "Shut up, Eren! The grown-ups are talking." Like I'm trying. I try and there are times where I sympathize with Eren in terms of his whole mental state of wanting to kill every Titan and wanting to just kill Reiner and Bertolt for what they did. But at the same time, it's like, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, do this favor and shut up. The grown-ups are talking. That's kind of my whole mentality sometimes when Eren gets a little out of control, honestly. Um, Another thing about this episode is I think I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but I think we may have gotten a little. In this episode, there was a small flashback for like a couple of sec. There's a small flashback for like a couple of seconds to about a minute maybe, of showcasing that showcasing how I believe it was Marco dying. And the thing about it is that when we see is if it is Marco, and it probably is, but when we see Marco being eaten, we see just Reiner, Bertolt, and Annie just looking on, like, with shocked faces on themselves. It's like it almost makes me believe in a way that Annie, Bertolt, and Reiner were both, all three of them had conspirated and were responsible for Marco's death. Like, and Bertolt and Reiner, yeah, like I think all three of those guys were responsible for his death somehow. I think they teamed up and they somehow are responsible for basically killing him. Honestly, like I don't know what their I don't know what their reason or purpose was for killing Margot, if that is the case. But yeah, like heads up, anime onlys. Yes, they more than likely killed Marco, I think. Um, but yeah, that was a pretty fucking that was a pretty fucked up situation, honestly. Also, speaking of fucked up, Reiner, buddy, you have some serious emotional issues. Like, um, it's interesting to note. I guess in this episode, it did showcase that, in a way, Reiner and Bertolt, they almost have the. It's with Reiner and Bertolt, their mentality is somewhere in between the line of soldier and serial killer, because in a way that they have this mentality of they know openly that they have killed people, and they do show remorse for it, and yet at the same time, Reiner especially, he seems to it seems to have affected him even more than Bertolt, in the sense where Reiner, he has a fractured psyche right now. He's stuck in between. He's stuck in between being a warrior, doing his duty that for some reason he feels he needs to, this insane duty that he feels he needs to kill all humanity or something, and then he's also stuck between being the soldier who between being the scout and soldier that he had become in this short time, and the friends and comrades he made. So it's kind of like he is stuck between them. It's almost like his emotional state is stuck between two elements. Although although he did easily, although when he did slip back into that whole mentality of I know I've killed people, I know I'm a serial killer, he did say something very interesting, which I guess put into perspective, it is kind of what it is, which is that he said when Eren was out there, was there yelling at him saying he's killed people, he's a murderer, he's like, so what, so what, he's like, so what, I've killed people, that doesn't change anything now. And he is he's kind of right, like, as fucked up as it is, what's happened, that there's no changing it. So all you can really do is kind of look towards the future, and see what you can do now. And like I said, in Reiner and Bertolt's case, they just seem to, they know they've killed people, and they regret it, of course, but they're just like, yeah, it's a very weird split. It's a weird split whole dilemma of being split down the middle that these two seem to have developed for themselves, honestly. Um, and Also, another thing is, in a way, Ymir pointed this out too. In a way, Ymir wasn't wrong when she said that killing Reiner and Bertolt wasn't going to end it, wasn't going to end anything. Because if you think about it, we still have so many fucking mysteries that have been presented to us in this one season of Attack on Titan, that killing Reiner and Bertolt is kind of an afterthought. It's kind of an afterthought at this point. Like, we have that whole, we have that Beast Titan waiting. Even if they kill Reiner Bolt, they still have that Beast Titan waiting in the wings. Which, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, again, the Beast Titan is like Reiner Bertolt, and Reiner Bertolt, Ymir, and Eren, and the fact that he's probably a Titan shifter. Although where the hell he even came from, I don't know. I imagine the way that they're hinting at it, I imagine he comes from what the same place wherever Reiner and Bertolt had come from, I imagine. Then we also have that whole mystery of Connie's village, which whole village of Connie's village, and how and where all these other Titans appeared from so suddenly, without even breaking the wall, without Reiner and Bertolt even breaking the wall. So yeah, there's just like it's Attack on Titan is really good at this, in the sense where with each mystery that's solved, that another bunch of fucking new mysteries are enter. So I imagine, and I imagine when it comes to the end of the series, it's gonna blend perfectly together in that sense. Um, yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for a great episode. Honestly, like we definitely got more. We definitely got a lot more hints, a lot more characterization of Reiner and Bertolt in this one, and just their fucked up mind state, honestly. Yeah, that's my review, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That out of anime. Signing off. Later, guys.